Hello, my name is William James, and sometimes you get a comment that A, misses the point of the video completely, and B, is so laughable that they're trying to defend their point and misinterpret what you said. This is called reaction abuse, and there's a whole thing about it, and I don't buy it anymore. Although I do think this comment did miss the point of the discussion, and I don't think... I think it missed the point. So, I'm going to read you this comment. You have not read the books, just played the games. The fact that you avoided my questions speak volume. Repeating your perceived grievances, inverted commas, doesn't change anything. You don't like it. That's fine. But don't pretend that she isn't a strong, well-developed character like she is in the books. I suggest you read the source material. A prop she is not, and the books are what launched the popularity, which is why the show follows them and not the games. So let's break this comment down bit by bit. First, you have not read the books, you've just played the games. The fact that you avoided my question speaks volumes. Yes, I've read the books. I've read all the books cover to cover twice. I talked about them in brief in a discussion video on my channel, receipts here, and I love them. And I find it hilarious that they go to that as the immediate attack. Again, they're trying to go to reaction out of me and to prove my credentials to them when they're lazy and won't get off their fat ass to actually go to the other videos. But that's a thing. Then repeating your grievances, I find that funny because, again, I didn't really repeat anything, I just stated my opinion. And then they go on to the sexist card, which this is implying, although not outrightly stated. That's fine, but don't pretend that she isn't a strong character and a well-developed character like she is in the books. This is the thing, I love her character in the books. I don't actually like her so much in the game, I find her annoying. But in the books, she's this very strong character. And actually in the game, she's a strong character, despite my grievances with her. But on the other side of it, you end up with this circle, is that the way they've written her character is more to do with she has become a plot convenience, and that's the problem. They've rushed through the material and rushed her as a character, where they're picking up between the book and the TV show. They have changed the source material. They're still using the book as a base, but the source material has been changed. And the next comment, I suggest you read the source material. A prop she is not, and the books is what launched the popularity, which is why the show follows them and not the game. Oh, let's unpack that one. So, the books did launch the popularity of the series, but it was the game, especially The Witcher 3, and although I love the first two and played them back to back, what the problem with your logic here, and it's a very flawed logic, and also your laziness is showing, which is hilarious, is that the games did launch the series into the general consciousness and actually got the books reprinted, especially in the UK and the US. Follow the timeline. On the other side of it, taking a series and breaking it down into this format was interesting. The thing with the games is they happen a long time after. There is a gap between the stories, and although the game's canon is dubious, there is a gap, or implied gap, where the games, especially The Witcher 3, but I think the 2 really did kick it back into public consciousness, but The Witcher 3 really did. And the thing is, the games overall did bring the books to the attention of the general public, not just the fantasy bookworms that prey on Reddit. The games got that popularity, and they really did push them, because some of the books just not fell out of print, but definitely become low printing threshold in terms of just numbers. But you are fundamentally wrong in that The games launched the series into the general public and the general consciousness. Most of the audience of the Witcher TV series, yes, may come from the book, but a vast majority are coming from the games. I read the books after I played the games, and that's true of so many people. I may have heard of The Witcher and that god-awful Polish movie, whatever it is, that's not a good film. But it was the games that really pushed them into public consciousness. I perceive your comment here as more lazy than anything and wanting a reaction and to bait me into a reaction. And you've got it with this video. On the other side of it, The Witcher as a series really did come to public attention and the general public through the games. And sadly, that is a fact that cannot really be disputed, because the book audience and the gamer audience are two massively different things. It's like saying that about, I don't know, Game of Thrones or something. The books were there, but it was the series that pushed it more into public consciousness, especially after a long gap. Your comments read like a lazy neckbeard that doesn't want to actually do the research or look at a playlist. Your comments read like an abuser. And your comments read like you were playing your ego card and I am therefore educated. Your comments read completely uninformed and misinformed about me, my channel, what I do on here, and The Witcher. Your comments read like someone who was, I have read all the books, therefore I know more than you, and I'm going to play this card.